Okay, let me finish up what I started over the other day. My brother passed on there 2:15 on a Friday. It was the second. The next morning we went to the funeral home there in Puntertock, and we made the arrangements and everything. And so they were good at what they did. And they got it done by 5 o'clock that afternoon. And we had visitation. A lot of people come out. A lot of people was there. Two folks. Uh, I I I was hurting. I was hurting, but I knew that he was gone already, and I knew there was nothing to be done. I just had to know that he's in a better place. And so the funeral was supposed to be at 2 o'clock on Sunday. We were going to have an hour of visitation ahead of time, so we got up Sunday morning, and it was raining its butt off. It was raining, and so we got in the car about 12:30ish. Uh, I had to wait on a girl that had come down. She wanted to be there for me or whatever, try to make me feel better and everything. I just had to keep hurrying up and waiting, hurry up, because you know how it is. Everybody's got to get your hair did and your makeup just right. You can't go out the house, you know. Anyway, I was waiting on her, and we got in the car. The car was full of ants. It was covered from all over with ants. So she left the windows down, and the rain run the ants into the car. Anyway, so it was moist in there, and it was ant filled. But anyway, we got to town. I stopped at the gas station to get some gas, and the the gas pump wouldn't come on. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And a fella come out and said, you got to pay first to get the gas because too many people steal gas from that certain pump." I said, "I ain't gonna steal the gas. You know, I got to go in there and buy some ant spray to kill all the ants in the car." Anyway, so I went in and paid for the gas and got the ant spray. Asked if they had an umbrella, and they didn't. So I sprayed the car with the ant spray and killed all the ants and pumped the gas. And so we headed over to the funeral home. We got there about 10, 15, 20 minutes late. It was like 1:20 when we got there. Uh, the It was raining, so I parked. I dropped her off first at the door where she wouldn't get wet. Then I parked the car. I walked inside. It got soaked to the bone. It was cold. It was like it was a cold rain, but it was a warm day. You know, you ever had like that to happen? But anyway, went inside, sat down, tried to get a little comfortable because I was a little stressed just from all the goings on. Anyway, I got a little comfortable, and here comes somebody and said, "You need to move your car." I was like, "Why? It's parked in a parking spot." They said, "No, you got to put it in line for the funeral procession, because like family got to be a certain number of cars back or whatever." So I went back outside, got in the car, put it in line, walked back inside, and once again I was soaked to the bone again and cold because it was chilly inside there. Had to turn the air up, just to keep it cool in there because there's so many people. But we got time to go to the funeral parlor area there, and my cousin Tracy did a real good job. Cousin Jamie did a real good job. They're both preachers, and they officiated, or whatever you want to call it there. They brought a good message and everything. My cousin Danny Paul sang. He sung Amazing Grace. He did real good. He stopped right in the middle of it and talked a bit about about Amazing Grace and stuff. It was real nice. Anyway, and then he sung another song too. It was called "If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away." It was a real pretty song. It's a fairly new country music song. I don't know who sang it on the radio, but he done real good. And so a lot of tears were shed. And then they had a walk up viewing the very last. Everybody walked up and then turned, the guy come by and with the friends and then the family and then more and more closer kin. But all the uh, all the pallbearers were cousins, honorary pallbearers were cousins. There's a bunch of them. And, finally we got out in the cars and went over to the cemetery, Gwynn Cemetery there on Takapola Road where they had the wreck. Not even a half mile down the road from where they wrecked and everything. And I we pulled up. They wouldn't let me drive because I was a little upset. They said I shouldn't be driving. And so we got out and somebody brought us an umbrella. I believe it was Tammy and Reggie. Tammy brought one, Reggie brought one, and so we used that to walk down to the graveside. Once we got down there, of course they had a tent up. We sat down. We didn't sit there more than 5 or 6 minutes where they said, they said a prayer and all that. Then they let us go. We went over to Mike Barber's. Eat. You know how they put a feed on after a funeral. So we put away some food over there because we was about hungry. Stress alone will give you enough, you know, you use up a lot of energy if you're stressed out a bit. We was pretty stressed. We all eat. Sat around and talked for a while and went on to the house, my daddy's house. No, we went to my mama's house first, and then we went on to my daddy's house. But we didn't want to get that. But, we got things done and everything. He's in the ground good. Next day or two, it quit raining like 3 days later or something like that, and we went back over to right there, and I put down some markers for where we can get a headstone and for his wife to be buried when she passes. So got all that done. But pretty uneventful after that. We come on back home. I wanted to stay longer, but that girl, she needed to get back to her family, and so I didn't have another ride, so I had to come back with her. And anyway, got back here on a Thursday after they buried him on this Sunday. And a lot of my friends, you know how friends are. They're good folks. They keep me busy, kept my mind off things, and I had cards from all over. Everybody in the drugstore over here give me a card. The high rise here where I live, they give me a card. Uh, a friend of mine from the DBT class and everything, her name is Edie. She sent a card in the mail. My friend Jennifer gave me a card, and a bunch of gifts, tissues, to wipe my eyes and my nose and so forth when I cry and stuff. Soap, some really nice soap she gave me. Best soap I ever had in my life. It's called Dial for Men. I like regular Dial, but that Dial for Men is even better. But anyway, that's about all I can remember. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know about it down the road. But thank y'all for everything. Thank you for listening, watching, or whatever you want to call it. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Holler at me if you need to. I'll be around. Y'all got my number. And I'll see you later.